You walk into a room, and before a single word is spoken, you feel everything. The tension in the air, the hidden sadness behind forced smiles, the anger masked as indifference. It's as if you're absorbing emotions that aren't yours, carrying them like invisible weights. Crowded places drain you, loud noises overwhelm you. A simple conversation can leave you exhausted, as if you've been plugged into someone else's emotions. People open up to you without knowing why, spilling their deepest secrets, seeking comfort in your presence. And you, without trying, feel their pain, as if it were your own. But is this a gift or a burden? Are you just too sensitive, or is there something deeper happening? Maybe you're not just feeling emotions, you're absorbing them. And if that's the case, then you might be something more. Here are the unmistakable signs that you are an empath. The first sign: emotional absorption. Have you ever felt deeply sad for no reason? Or suddenly anxious, only to realize the emotion wasn't even yours? Empaths absorb emotions like a sponge. They don't just sense how others feel, they carry it. A stranger's heartbreak, a friend's frustration, even the collective sorrow of the world can seep into them without warning. This is why empaths often feel emotionally heavy without understanding why. They wake up feeling drained, even if their own life is calm. Happiness is fleeting, because the moment someone else is suffering, they feel it too. It's not just sympathy, it's a deep, energetic merging with the emotions of others. And without realizing it, an empath can become a reservoir for the world's pain. This is why they need something most people don't understand. Sign number 2, the need for solitude. To others, it may seem like you're antisocial or distant, but for an empath, solitude isn't a choice. It's a necessity. After a long day of absorbing emotions, your mind and body crave silence. Crowds, conversations, even loved ones' presence can feel overwhelming. The noise of the world becomes unbearable, pushing you to escape into solitude like a drowning person gasping for air. But it's not loneliness you seek, it's relief. In isolation, your energy resets. The weight of the world lifts. Only in quiet spaces can you find yourself again. It's why empaths disappear for hours, sometimes days, not because they don't care, but because they feel too much. And when they return to the world, they face yet another challenge. Sign 4, sensitivity to environments. For an empath, a crowded place isn't just loud, it's chaotic. Malls, concerts, busy streets. They don't just hear the noise, they feel it. A whirlwind of emotions, thoughts, and energy crashes into them all at once. The stress of a stranger, the sadness of another, the unspoken tensions of hundreds of people swirl around them like an unseen storm. Their body reacts, dizziness, headaches, fatigue, shortness of breath, as if their nervous system is short-circuiting from too much input. The pressure is unbearable, forcing them to retreat, to escape before they lose themselves completely. Others may thrive in crowds, but for an empath, it's a battlefield of invisible energy. And the moment they step away, the world suddenly feels quiet again. But the energy overload doesn't stop with people. It lingers in places too. Sign 5, intuitive knowing. An empath doesn't need proof to know something is wrong. They just know. They meet someone, shake their hand, and feel the truth beneath the surface. The words may be polite, the smile convincing, but their intuition whispers, something is off. They sense hidden pain, dishonesty, or unspoken intentions before anything is revealed. It's not magic. It's a deep, energetic awareness, as if they can hear a silent frequency others can't. This is why they often trust their instincts over logic. Because when they don't, they learn the hard way. They were right all along. But while people exhaust them, one place never does. In nature, everything changes. Sign 6. Deep connection to nature. An empath in a city feels trapped, but in nature, they breathe again. Forests, oceans, mountains, these are more than just places. They are sanctuaries where the energy is pure, untainted, alive. The moment they step into a natural space, the weight of the world lifts, their mind clears. The emotions they absorbed drain away like water sinking into the earth. This is why empaths feel an unexplainable pull toward trees, rivers, the night sky. In the presence of nature, they feel whole. Because while human energy drains them, nature heals them. But back in the real world, they face a constant struggle, one that's almost impossible to escape. Sign 7. Overwhelmed by sensory input. For an empath, the world isn't just loud, it's too much. Bright lights feel harsh, sudden noises feel like a shockwave, and crowded spaces feel like a sensory assault. What others brush off as background noise, an empath experiences as overpowering chaos. Their mind tries to process too much at once, leaving them drained, anxious, or desperate to escape. It's why they struggle in shopping malls, concerts, busy streets. Even if no one is talking to them, the sheer volume of sensations crashes over them like a tidal wave. Their body reacts, racing heart, headaches, exhaustion. The only solution? Silence, dim light, and solitude, because the world at full volume is unbearable. But sensory overload isn't just about sound and light. Sometimes it's emotional, and some things hurt more than they should. Sign 8. Aversion to violence. A news report, a violent movie, a cruel comment overheard in passing. For most, these moments come and go. But for an empath, they linger. Watching suffering, even from a screen, feels like a wound opening inside them. A single act of cruelty can leave them shaken for hours, sometimes days. They don't just see pain, they feel it. Every act of violence, injustice, or cruelty strikes their nervous system like a physical blow. It's why they avoid horror films, disturbing images, and aggressive arguments. People say they're too sensitive, but they're not weak. They are tuned in. And the cost of that awareness? Carrying pain that was never theirs to begin with. And that pain, if not managed, can lead to an even deeper struggle. Sign 9. The struggle with boundaries. Empaths don't just listen. They absorb, heal, and carry the emotions of others. People sense this, even if they don't realize it. They come to an empath for comfort, for guidance, for a space where they can unload their pain. And the empath? They say yes, even when they want to say no. Because how do you turn away someone who is hurting? How do you watch someone suffer and do nothing? But this generosity comes at a cost. Without strong boundaries, an empath becomes a container for everyone else's struggles. They give and give and give until there is nothing left for themselves. And when an empath is drained, their gift turns into a burden. Sign 10. Emotional healing of others. Have you ever wondered why strangers spill their deepest secrets to you? Empaths have an aura of safety, warmth, and understanding. A presence that invites others to open up. They don't ask for this role, yet time and time again, they become the silent therapist, the one people turn to when they need healing. It's a beautiful gift to hold space for others, to ease their pain. But it's also exhausting, because while others walk away feeling lighter, the empath often carries the weight left behind. And when this weight becomes too much, it extends beyond personal connections. Because for an empath, pain isn't just personal, it's global. Sign 11. Feeling the world's pain. Some people watch the news and move on. Empaths can't. War, poverty, injustice, environmental destruction, these aren't just distant events. An empath feels them as if they were happening to someone they love. They wake up with an unexplainable sadness, a grief they can't name. It's not just the suffering they witness, it's the energy of the world itself pressing against their heart. The pain of the collective, the weight of humanity's struggles. At times, it feels like too much, a heaviness that won't lift. But deep down, they know. They feel this because they are meant to help heal it. And that leads to the final realization every empath must face. You've felt different your whole life, like the world was too much, your emotions too heavy, the pain never yours to begin with. But this was never a weakness. It was always your gift. Empaths aren't here to suffer. They're here to heal, to bring light where others see only darkness. The world is changing, and those who feel deeply are needed more than ever. So the question isn't why do you feel this way? The question is, will you embrace it?